Elevenses with MZ, a fun arts and crafts show to explore your creative side. Today we're going to talk all things Zentangle. We're going to get you started on your first tile and we're going to explore a few fun tangles together. So let's get started. In our Elevenses with MZ episode today, we're going to explore a little bit about Zentangle. I attended the Zentangle training certification and I'm a certified CZT a couple years ago, and I really enjoyed it. This art form is so much fun. So I just wanted to give you like a short intro so that you can see if this is something that you would like to pursue. Again, one of my favorite things about this is that you really don't need a lot. I'm going to be using a Micron 01 pen, a pencil, a blending tool, some card paper. Now these are the official Zentangle tiles, but you can also start with some art paper that you have cut up into squares. That said, I do recommend using the official tiles because the quality of the paper does really matter, and it is a lot more fun to work on good quality paper. I'm also going to look at the Zentangle source book. I really like this book because it's like literally a kind of a dictionary of some of the Zentangle patterns, the tangle patterns. And so it's a really good place to go and refresh your memory. And over time, you will find as you tangle more and more that you will have a few favorites that you will always go to. But it's always good to, have something like this so that you can keep experimenting and keep trying new tangles. There are also lots of online directories of different tangle patterns. So I'm going to start, and you start with just 4 dots in the corners, 4 lines joining your 4 dots. And again, as you can see over here, they're not straight. They're not really meant to be. The other step is just to put some lines in place. This is called a string, and it just helps you divide your tile. And then that's it. You just start tangling. And like I said, all that you need is knowledge of tangle patterns, pen, and your tile. So I'm going to start with this tangle. That is my go-to tangle. I really love this. And I'm just going to quickly look up the name. I'm pretty sure that it's a French name. It's, I think, Prétemps it's called. Yes, that is it. Can't seem to find it in here. But here it is over here. Oh yes, it is Prétemps. And this is really my go-to tangle. I use this a lot. And so the idea is to fill up each little section with a different tangle. And Zentangle became so very popular because it's kind of a meditative art form, and the founders Rick Roberts and Maria Thomas have come up with lots of fun tangles. So has their family, and all of those are the official tangles, but there is a huge community of tanglers, and all you have to do is basically just Google Zentangle patterns. Their website zentangle.com has lots of fun resources. Also, they also have a kit that you can order. If you really become passionate about Zentangle, they also have the certification that you can do. But through this episode, I just wanted you to know what Zentangle is and that it is super easy to start. You can also look up Zentangle classes in your area because there are a lot of certified Zentangle teachers all over the US and actually now all over the world. And on the website, you can actually go and look for CZTs in your area, which are Certified Zentangle Teachers. So I can keep going on and you know, fill up this part over here. But there are also a few, I just want you to, you know, basically get a feel for the different kind of tangles and how to follow the instructions that you will find in, say, a book like this. I really recommend this book. It's really, really nice. So the parts that you see in red in each box are the new additions, and those are the ones that you have to do at each step. And now, as you can see over here, I'm not necessarily keeping my tangle within the string. The string is just there as a guide. You can violate these boundaries, you can go up and down, in and out. It's just a place for you to start the string. And again, another thing that I wanted to tell you is that my lines are pretty dark. You're supposed to do this very lightly because they don't really recommend you going over stuff and erasing it. So I did them a little darker than I needed to so that you could see them on camera. And then from here, this tangle, which is vertigo, is really all about just adding more stems and more leaves. You have to be very intentional when doing Zentangle. It's supposed to be a meditative art, and I have found that it helps to battle stress pretty well. So there we are. That's another tangle. Which one should I show you next? Okay, so this one I really, really like also, because it starts out by, you know, it's just so simple, and yet, and that's actually the fun thing about most tangles. You'll see that it's really a step-by-step approach, and things that seem so simple will look super complicated in the end, and very, very beautiful. You start like that, and then you start adding these. Little pea pods, and you go both directions. So I'm not going to complete this tile in the video, but I will attach a picture of the finished tile so that you can see that right after, because if I did that, the video would be super, super long and I don't want to bore you. But there are really so many things that you can try with Zentangle. Let's look at one more tangle. Actually, really like this one. I think it's super cute. It's called Zinger, and it's a Zentangle original, which means it's come from the headquarters. So all you have to do is make a little line and a dot, and then just keep adding like that. The Zentangle community is so incredibly awesome. People have done all sorts of different variations and classes based on the tangles. There are some that are very plant-like, as you can see these tangles, so people put them together in tiles to create beautiful scenes. So if you really do just Google Zentangle, you'll find so much inspiration. But this episode was basically just meant to be a very, very basic intro, and my object mostly was to share a few tangles with you and then to give you some of the resources that you would need to follow up in case you feel you want to. So the best place to start, in my opinion, would be Zentangle.com. Maybe get one of their kits, because as you know, I love kits. They just give you everything that you need to get started, and then make your decisions from there. There's so many wonderful source books available, so many things that you can look at online. And I will also link a few of my resources in the video description below, or if you're reading this or seeing this on my blog, it should be in the blog post text. So just the last one that I want you to see here is ink. This is another one that I was just amazed how you can get this look from a basic zigzag. So from the top, halfway down to the second line, right? And then the same way in the other direction. So like that. And there you go. You can fill this up with tangles as well. So before I go, I'm just going to give you a little bit of an idea of shading and what it can do. So if we look at ink, and I'm just adding a little bit of pencil over here, this is what will make your tangles really pop out. And then you use the blending tool to blend this in a little bit. And as you can see, that really makes it just pop and come alive. So you can go ahead and shade all of your tangles. But I like to usually leave this step for the last. I like to fill my tile up first and then add the shading all together. And as you will see, once you practice this a little pencil goes a long way. So you don't want to do that. Put too much graphite down. So this is our little intro to Zentangle. I hope you enjoyed it. Do check out my blog post and the video description for more resources if you feel like you want to give this a try yourself. And please give this video a thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel. I am so glad you joined me today. Until next time, bye-bye.